Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Wednesday, September 15th, 2010. Well, folks, we are seeing the markets hovering just around the flat line. It'll be interesting to see if we see a late day sell off like yesterday. Remember, yesterday the markets were near their highs of the day, and in the last 20 minutes of the day, we saw a dump all the way back down to the flat line on the markets. Today, we gapped down after that mega sell off towards the end of the day, gapping down into key support. Now, what key support area was this? Let's zoom out. I want to show you this because it is extremely important. I cannot tell you how important it is. Right here, folks, take a look. 2 days ago, you had the pivot low. Yesterday, same pivot low. Today, same pivot low again. That is your support level. Beautiful little level right there. The markets from that point on soared 1, 2, 3, 4 candles to the upside, all the way through gap fill right into this area of 2 moving average resistance points. Now, again, in the intraday stock chat, and again, for those of you that aren't in there, you should be in there. It's an amazing thing. But for those of you that are not, we did call out a short scalp right here. I personally did take it right at this level. Sure enough, the markets did pull back. We made about 10 cents on the first half and 20 cents on the second half of the SPY scalp for a beautiful profit-making scalp. Now, again, the markets after that pullback went up to that same level again, pulled back again, went up again, pulled back, went up again. Notice the level they're following. This is something that I want you to make sure you understand as well. This is why trendline analysis is everything in this market. Because each time you're hitting these key levels, it also coincides with this sloping green trend line. Where does this sloping green trend line come from? Take a look back. If you scan all the way back to September 8th, all the way back to September 8th, folks, to connect all the lows from there until now, that's exactly what you're talking about. And by the way, the fact that we have broken this green line to the downside, you should be neutral to slightly bearish on the market. I'd be more bearish if the volume in this market was a little bit better, but obviously right now we don't have much volume out there, and that's keeping the market somewhat on the flat line. But notice how you gap down today, retraced back to that line multiple times, multiple hits of this slanted green trend line, and it's impossible for the markets right now to break through. That is very, very important to note here, folks. And again, I'll zoom in, but I want you to remember that level because coming up, we just pulled off of it, bear flagged it off of it. Notice the bear flag. And again, let me zoom in here and we'll focus in on this bear flag because I want you to fully understand it. But here you have a down move off of that level inside bars. That's an in spirit of small bear flag, and now you're playing out to the downside. Now you're also creating another in spirit of bear flag pattern as well. All right, so again, beautiful little action going on here. We have to keep an eye on this, but the markets may be headed lower. And this is why I'm very curious to see where we go towards the end of the day. Because yesterday, just in the last 20 minutes, we had a monster sell-off. Today, are we going to see that same type of move down? So far, it's been a sideways to float up the whole day, although you still, again, cannot capture this level back. But again, now all of a sudden, we're kind of breaking away from that level and starting to sell off a little bit, and it will be very fascinating. I'll cover it in depth in the Research Center. And by the way, for those of you that are not Research Center members, I strongly encourage you to join $49.99 a month. That's it, $49.99 a month. It includes everything listed under that Research Center. Every night I do a video of 30 to 40 minutes in length. Every night there's a new daily market report. Every night there's new posts, usually on the hot charts and alerts or on the Pro Trader watch list. There is tons of information, educational, swing trades, you name it. It's out there. Analysis, guidance, the dollar. We talk about oil, gold, and the markets, as well as individual stocks and swing trades. It's there for the taking, folks. And again, I strongly encourage you to check it out if you are not a member. If you are, then congratulations. You continue to be on the top rung of the investing public and the swing trading public out there. Now, again, let's zoom back into this market. What else are we seeing here? Well, obviously, we know this market has a lot of good resistance. This level, I'll just highlight it again. I want you guys to pay attention to this line. It's going to actually come up and cross over the pivot double top here, which will be interesting. Tomorrow we have jobless claims numbers. Those will be very, very important for this market, and we can see exactly where that goes. In addition, folks, we have to take a look at what's the moving parts of this market. Where's the dollar today? The dollar is up. Now, in theory, guys, as we know, and again, I talked about this a little bit in last night's video as well on the dollar, but you can see the dollar had a higher move, and then since that move up, the dollar has kind of come down. In fact, just over the last 20 minutes, the dollar seems to have bottomed out. See that kind of trend line zooming down until very recently? Now I want you to go back and compare that to the markets. Look at the markets. See this? And then recently you've started to pull back. So it's exactly opposite. Ever since the dollar, again, look at the line here that I just put in. Slow, sloping up, and then a small move down. Now go to the dollar chart, the UUP, sloping down, and a little bit of a move up. Again, please understand how important the dollar is and how the markets go in the opposite direction of this market. Very, very important, folks. Can't stress it enough how they're inverse to each other. Now, gold. What's going on with gold? Gold is basically flat on the day. Not a lot going on. And you can see again the USO oil is fractionally lower today as well, and oil's been actually floating neutral to sideways to up, which makes sense. If the dollar's been most of the day floating to the downside from the highs, although the dollar is still up, then that's a very nice little sign as well. But again, you can see how the dollar obviously affects it. I'm just watching one of the plays, was just posted in the research center, folks. And again, look at this thing zoom up. Congrats to those of you that got that about 10 minutes ago, the post in the research center. Look at this thing. I just alerted this right over here, and it's zooming up. There's a lot of shorts in this play, LOCM. And again, I could easily see this moving back to $4. Would not be surprised to me to see this move back to $4. A lot of these small cap, mid cap level plays that are heavily shorted, like FUQY is a good example. Look at this today. FUQY trading up $1.16 or about 20 to 25%. And look at that move. Holy cow. That is a huge monster move here. And again, what's causing it? A lot of shorts in this stock. Look at the chart. It was at the dead lows. If I zoom out, look at how low it was as of the last couple days. All the way down here, now a huge pop. LOCM wouldn't be surprised if it does the same type of thing. And again, I highlighted it to my members a little while ago. And again, they're on the cutting edge of the information. If you want in, that's the research center, folks. $49.99 a month. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. All right, now Goldman Sachs down 43 cents on the day. Goldman Sachs has actually been floating sideways to up until a recent little pullback in the markets where it's pulled back as well as JP Morgan. JPM is up 26 cents on the day, so that's helping the market stay positive. Exxon Mobil is down 34 cents. Exxon has been very weak over the last couple days, and I've talked to my members about how interesting that is because it's a leading indicator oftentimes, and you have to watch that because that could tell us there's a little weakness coming into the market over the next maybe week or so. All right, in addition, Chevron is down about 50 cents. In fact, Chevron's making a beautiful in spirit of bear flag. Look at this move. That's a perfect in spirit of bear flag. You really can't get a better intraday bear flag on Chevron. Granted, you have the 200 moving average down here, but if we look at the 60-minute chart, you can see it just as well if I get that chart. There it is. Look at that in spirit of bear flag. That is a beautiful thing, guys. And again, that's a bear flag, meaning that it generally favors the downside move off of this pattern. So again, very, very interesting things going on in this market. This is options X week, which means a little bit of a screwy week. But I think the signs, again, are pointing to a move coming in either late this week or early next week. We will be on point here and make sure we profit off of it nicely. Have a wonderful afternoon and evening, folks. I strongly encourage you, again, join the intraday stock chat or join the research center to make some good money, learn some great information, learn our proprietary techniques that, again, are coveted by hedge funds and other players out there and mutual fund traders. These are key, folks. And again, not a lot of people know them, but we are trying to spread the word so people can start making money like we do, like the hedge funds do, and like the rest of the players do. Take care, folks. Have a wonderful afternoon.